Hey everybody, this is Nick from MitigateStress.com. In this video, I want to have a tabletop discussion about the power of walking, more specifically how it pertains to fat loss. We will have a multiple part series of informative videos on this topic with talking about the thousands of benefits that walking has to offer, from improved digestion, hormone balancing, reducing stress hormones, reducing inflammation, mental health, etc., etc. The list goes on. And here I have a Reddit forum pulled up with hundreds of testimonies from people working with trainers, and then they switched to just walking. And the benefits are just profound. The transformations are undeniable and amazing. So this user starts us off by saying, I underestimated the power of walking. Most do. I have struggled with keeping up with a workout routine for years now. Mainly I go hard and end up feeling overwhelmed and burn out, which leads to me just giving up. Can't tell you how many times that Nathan and I have both heard this over the last decade, working in many different gyms, working with hundreds of clients, coming to us saying, I want to lose fat, right? And they're already on a program of 5 to 6 days a week of cardio training and elliptical, treadmill, moderate intensity, 60 to 90 minutes. And like, why can't I lose the weight, right? They're even counting calories. They're not eating that much. At least they say they are, right? Well, a lot of them lie. But it's just funny to me because I'm like, they're working this hard, but they don't understand. Like, when I recommend them, the first thing I recommend to them is simply walk. Start walking more, right? Stan Efferding recommends walking for 10 minutes after each meal every single day. So 3 times a day, 10 minutes, right? And we used to recommend that to pretty much everybody that wants to lose weight. We still do. And it's just funny because everyone always blows it off and like, no, we just got to go hard and go home. That's just completely not the way to go at it when it comes to fat loss, because you start producing more stress hormones. It's not just calories in versus calories out. You start producing more stress hormones, you're going to have some insatiable cravings come in because you're going to have to reduce that stress hormone somehow. And if you're not walking to reduce the stress hormones, because that's what low intensity cardio does, it does reduce stress hormones, then you're going to have to use calories as a coping mechanism to reduce your stress hormones. That's what most people end up doing. And that's what this person says here. So we can't tell you how many times that we've heard that. Sometimes my knees hurt. That's the other thing. Inflammation, joint pain. Sometimes my knees hurt and my body aches and I dread my hour with a trainer or at the gym. That's brutal. Sometimes running makes me so hungry that I just end up eating more than what I burned. Exactly like we just discussed. I barely lost any weight during this period and found myself in a lot of discomfort rather than enjoying it. Exactly. It's not enjoyable. It's not sustainable. We want this to be sustainable. And walking is the first fundamental movement that you need to get better at, that you should be practicing every single day and practicing it for long periods of time, upwards of 2 to 5 plus miles a day at least. That's roughly 32 to 60 plus minutes. Again, it's so much more enjoyable to walk than do this crazy moderate intensity cardio every single day, especially if you're trying to lose weight. So I rarely walked and used to see it as a waste of time. Most do. Or thought I won't burn enough calories, so what's the point? Again, it's not just about calories in versus calories out. There's more important things like hormones. My mindset has completely changed recently, and the indirect impact is hard to ignore. I started walking 8,000 to 15,000 steps a day, and it has truly changed my life. Bravo. I've lost 8 pounds in the last month and feel so much better already. Amazing. I'm a stress eater, and walking helps me work through my thoughts, which means I stress eat less. I turn to walks for distraction when I need to have time to plan a meal. Walking has helped me push my eating windows to a bit later, which helps me stay full until bed. Walking naturally lets me carve out time when I just want to be alone for an hour or learn something new through a podcast, audiobook, or release some stress. Walking has helped tone my legs a bit, or at least helping my muscles show up much better by losing some weight. I also value the time and effort it takes to burn calories, which in turn helps me to be thoughtful of my food choices. Walking adds up, and I no longer have to force myself to fit it in a whole workout at a certain time of the day. Exactly. This should be your first habit that you instill in your daily routine, is getting into a walking habit. You could start with 10 minutes a day, and then you work up to 2 to 5 plus miles a day, 32 to 60 plus minutes a day. Or you can do multiple 10-minute walks throughout the day. Again, that's what Stan Efferding recommends. Highly recommend that as well. It's awesome. Whatever works for you. I walk as much as I can each day, and sometimes I go on multiple short walks. Exactly. So you can adapt it, play with it. And they all end up to a lot. I'm also out in nature more. That's another amazing thing about walking. You stack the habits. In nature, profound benefits. which has really helped my mood and helped me to find some peace and beauty on those tough days. I bought a cheap treadmill so the cold, darkness, or rain doesn't stop me from getting in my steps, even though I prefer the outdoors when possible. The treadmill is definitely not ideal, but it's better than nothing, of course. It's better than not going for a walk because the ground is moving, so you're not naturally pulling the ground with your hamstrings as much. I have found so many benefits and thought I'd share in case someone else might be writing off walking as I did for so long based on some bad social messaging I read a long time ago. I don't know who the heck talks poorly about walking, but they have no idea what they're talking about. Again, there's thousands of benefits. It is the ultimate active recovery tool. So for example, what does that mean? Well, if you do a intense legs day or total body day on Monday and you usually get sore for 6 days, if you walk for an hour or more every day, you'll cut that recovery time in half, guaranteed. Or if you're working hard at your job, whatever. Easily. I found so many benefits and thought I'd share. Again, I knocked it off so many times, or for so long. I plan on adding in some strength training too. See, that's the ultimate when you combine those in the high intensity cardio training sessions as well, 10 to 20 minutes. But no longer feel the pressure to only do hard workouts that feel taxing to my body. Exactly. We don't want to, if we're so stressed already and we add more stress on top of that stress, in the form of dysfunctional movements and overexertion that we're not ready for, we're going to, again, produce more stress hormones, and we're going to have to cope with them somehow by consuming calories and most likely starch, because starch definitely helps to bind to adrenaline and other stress hormones that kind of acts like, again, a coping mechanism, a coping tool. So this other person, now that was impressive, right? 8 pounds, right, in a month, I think. Wait till you hear this. This is insane. I tried everything to lose weight. I paid a nutritionist and trainer nearly $600 a month and nothing. Was lifting 5 days a week, and I was so frustrated. Then this went on for months. Then the pandemic hit. The gym closed and I just gave up everything. Started eating less and not forcing myself to eat 5 to 6 meals a day, and started walking an hour every day for my mental health outside. And next thing I knew, I had lost 50 pounds. Fast forward to 2023, and I stopped walking because of a corporate job and just life, and I gained back the 50 pounds, and that's where we come in. We add, obviously make everything sustainable, and we instill proper habits so you keep the weight off for good. This is why we have our Recovery Performance membership. We should be releasing very shortly. We do have pre-sale going on if you want to sign up for that. It's all going to be about recovery and ultimate human performance. Workouts, posture, mobility, all of it. Fast forward, so this person lost 50 pounds, right, before she knew it, or I think it's she or he, sorry. Fast forward to 2023, stopped walking because of corporate job, exactly. Simply not tracking any calories and not moving enough, and I stopped walking. Walking is seriously the best thing for weight loss, and this post has inspired me to begin walking more again. Haha, thank you. Exactly. This person said, I lost a ton of weight during COVID lockdown too. Walking is such a great hack. This person said down 27 kg. Walking was a massive part of that. Oh, look at this. I needed to lose weight before my insurance would cover WLS. The dietitian put me on a 1,100 calorie plan. Following that and walking every day, I lost 130 pounds in 6 months. Not jogging or speed walking, just plain old walking. This is the power of walking, ladies and gentlemen. So this person says, I do have a friend who's a serious CrossFit person who basically told me that walking would do nothing. I don't know why these CrossFitters or I don't know, other just fitness people think like walking is important. We get so cleany to this like high intensity lifestyle. Like the best runners in the world in Africa, these tribes, they don't always go intense. They actually do a lot of low intensity jogging, like really low intensity jogging, almost borderline a walk. High intensity does not always equate to performance. Now, we do prefer high intensity over moderate intensity, and we do prefer low intensity over moderate intensity, but we don't really like moderate intensity. And we don't think you have to go high intensity all the time. It's about stimulating just enough, right? We don't want to create more stress. That's what we're trying to avoid. This person said, for months, I was stuck around 15 pounds from my goal weight despite doing HIIT workouts. Okay, see, high intensity interval trains, apparently, huh? And tracking my calories. I figured I'd try shooting for 10K steps every day. And lo and behold, I started seeing a steady decrease in my weight gain. And I'm only about 3.5 pounds from my goal. Nice. This person said, I lost my first 100 pounds with walking alone as my only exercise. Wow. I did switch up my routine to include elliptical because walking doesn't get my heartbeat above 130. Well, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you want to get your heartbeat above 130, do some interval training, but you don't need to go on the elliptical. I don't like the elliptical. Walking is amazing. walking feels like the most physiologically peaceful exercise in that it doesn't seem like it would spike cortisol levels. I always feel better after walking. Exactly. We got to stop trying to spike our cortisol all day. People that are way too much of fitness junkies, and I'm kind of victim of that in the past too, they look tired, and I did too. You look more tired, you look more stressed. It's not health. And we got to find that balance. We got to find that sustainability, because that's not sustainable. And that's creating more inflammation, more pain, more stiffness. All right, so that's pretty much it that I wanted to discuss today. That's pretty much all the testimonies I wanted to read off. There's hundreds on there. And yeah, that's pretty much walking. Walking, this is the start of a series of, again, informative videos. That was fat loss. You can see people have some incredible transformations. We'll probably do another one next about posture or pain reduction, something like that, pain, right? If you got any questions, don't hesitate, leave a comment, email us at support@mitigatestress.com. We're here to help, and we can do a tabletop discussion discussing anything you want, as long as it pertains to more stress topics, right? Or health and fitness stuff, right? So I will see you in the next video. By the way, we will be doing a short tomorrow about gua sha and trigger point release for the calves. We're gonna start doing a trigger point a day for, like, I don't know, 5 days a week or something, 3 days a week, we'll figure it out. But just follow along on our Instagram or YouTube Shorts, that's where we'll be posting it. But we'll also be doing longer form content on here as well for YouTube, and reviews in the future. And just a reminder, we do have our Recovery Performance membership pre-sale going on. I think it's like $30 per month, I think we agreed on. And that's basically where we're going to be talking all things recovery, all things performance. We're going to be sharing our workouts. It's going to be mostly about movement, but we will discuss the other pillars in our Mitigate Stress philosophy that we discuss all the time, like nutrition, environment, health, and mental health. But again, we'll be focusing mostly on workouts there. So I'll see you next video. God bless. Woo. And walk more. Peace.